There's a lot of advantages actually to home remodeling that presents your home in a different light. Keep in mind when somebody buys a home, they don't want to have to do anything to it. Ideally, they want to come in and buy a home that's not going to cost them any money initially after they buy it. Why do you think new homes are so popular? Everybody wants to buy a new home because everything is done for you. Unfortunately, when you got a 20, 30, 40-year-old home, it's not that way. Oftentimes, homeowners can't keep up with the maintenance that's needed to be required, and we're all neglectful. We just don't do it. So then the time comes to sell your home and you realize, oh my gosh, look how much has to be done. We've been lucky that we've been in a seller's market because you haven't had to do anything special to sell your home because we have a limited amount of buyers. But a buyer's market is coming. I have worked in a buyer's market. I've been in the business 30 plus years. I worked when we had 25,000 homes on the market for sale, when buyers rule, and a seller would literally have to change the pulls or the knobs in his kitchen cabinets because a buyer didn't like the color. I've had buyers saying, I don't like the gold knobs that you have throughout the house. You think the sellers argued and complained? They said, no, tell us what we need to do and order we buy them. And they did it. So the buyers have control. Actually, the buyers control the market. Sellers don't control the market. The buyers control the market. The people that have the money control the market. So sellers have to take that into consideration. And so we're there to help you with that knowledge and experience that we have. We can share that with you. Our goal is for you to keep as much equity as you can, and I prove that by the fees that I charge you. Our fees are fair pricing. This is what we need to operate. I don't need excessive money. I don't pay another broker fees on top of what I make. I said, why in the world would you want to hire somebody? You're paying me and you're paying somebody else that you don't even know who that person is. That's just a waste of your money. To me, that's leaving money on the table. Why would you do that? And when you're buying a home, doesn't it just make sense to get cash back? I mean, why wouldn't you? It's your money. Now, if you don't understand that, that's money you've paid into the transaction. When a seller's selling a home, give me an example. He's selling the home for $500,000. And then he asks his realtor, how much do we add on, charge the buyer so we can pay everybody? And I go, well, let's do 6%. Let's add $30,000. Okay, let's make the house $530,000. Now the buyer comes along and says, how much is the house? It's $530,000. Guess who paid all those fees? The buyer. And on top of that, the listing agent decides how much money the buyer agent's going to make. He decides, but yet the buyer's agent represents the buyer. So the seller pays the commission to the listing agent, and they negotiate the fee. The seller and the listing agent decide how much money they're going to charge the buyer. And they decide we're going to charge the buyer 6%, $30,000. Does the buyer know any of this? No. So now the house is $530,000. So then along comes the buyer's agent who actually is getting paid by the listing agent who decides how much he's going to make, but yet he represents the buyer. So what I'm trying to say is what buyers don't understand are they are paying all of those fees. So when I give them the 1% cash back I offer my clients, I'm just trying to level the playing field. I feel that we don't need that kind of money to sell a home in the days of technology and streamlined efficiencies that we have. We're operating in a different world and it's moving quickly. So we are advanced in that category. Contractors will sign them up, get a deposit, schedule them months out. They don't return their calls. Creates a lot of problems for home buyers. Most contractors love that because home buyers don't know how to negotiate. They don't know who to do business with. That's why I partnered with the company that I partnered with to do those repairs for you. So we have some control over that and control the pricing along with you. And I have to answer. I'm accountable to you for the work that these people are doing. So we're just looking at other ways to help you do what you need to be done because you are lacking, in many cases, a lack of knowledge that you just don't have for no fault of your own. It's just not what you do. Work with somebody. That's what we do every day. I have fix and flipped 50 plus homes. I've done a lot of remodeling. I've worked with a lot of contracts. We know how the procedure works. I learned the hard way. I lost money. I got treated poorly. That's life. And we learned from all of that. So I would like to take that and share that with you to make your life a little easier. But mostly just to hang on to your money. Everybody wants your money.